Alright, what's going on, guys? It is Core Ambition, and in this video, I'm going to go over my 5 favorite moments from the Mandalorian TV show. I have watched all 4 episodes so far. I've enjoyed the first 3 episodes, and I was okay with the most recent episode. It wasn't my favorite, but still, the first 3 episodes were amazing. And I'm going to go over my 5 favorite moments from the first 3 episodes. Again, spoiler warning if you haven't watched the show yet. But yeah, let's get into this right now. Okay, so starting off with the scene number 5, and honestly, this scene was exciting, but it was just like a few seconds. And this is from the chapter 1 of The Mandalorian, the introduction to Baby Yoda. Just at the final like minute of the show, we see Baby Yoda, and I think a lot of fans also relate to this. I was surprised. I was surprised when I saw this little green creature, and I don't like calling it Baby Yoda because then it sounds like it's just Yoda as a child, but that doesn't really make sense. But I can't really call it anything else because it doesn't have a name. Its species doesn't have a name, and there's literally no information about it. But yeah, like I remember like the minute of watching this, like the last minute, you could actually see a scene where you could see the little ears of the Baby Yoda, right? But you couldn't see the full face, and I was like, wait, there's no way that they're gonna show a baby version of Yoda's species, and lo and behold, they did. I was so surprised. It looked so cute and adorable. But yeah, I was just like completely taken off guard. Like this was the great way to like start off like an episode. Just everything about this episode was amazing, but that end part just really gave it a 10 out of 10 rating. So yeah, that first part was amazing. Moving on to moment number 4. This is actually the beginning part of episode 1. The part where, the Mandalorian enters that little tavern or bar, whatever you want to call it, on that, ice planet, leaves it in his ship. And yeah, that whole part was really amazing. Not too much action, except that one part where he just messed those two dudes up. But yeah, that first part of the episode was amazingly well done because, it got me hooked into like the show. Like that part was like, I can't wait to watch the rest of this. And not only did it do that, it made me just like the Mandalorian so cool because he didn't talk that much, but he was like he was just such a cool character. All he did was walk into a bar, mess two dudes up, and then he went to his ship. That was really cool. And also the humor didn't like feel that forced or that like kind of annoying. It felt kind of in place because you had that one dude, that one blue alien. I don't know, I forgot his name if he even had one. He just made all these like little weird comments. So he just tried so hard to get off the Mandalorian's hook. That part was like, it was funny, but it wasn't like annoyingly trying to be funny. It didn't feel forced in any way. So that was another cool part. And yeah, the part where the Mandalorian just threw him into the carbonite freezing kind of chamber, that was also cool. And yeah, it just showed the Mandalorian's character perfectly up to that point. And yeah, I just like that beginning part. Really well done. So yeah. And moving on to moment number 3 is from chapter 2. This is the moment where Baby Yoda uses the Force on that creature on the planet of Arvala 7, just that desert planet with those Jawas. And yeah, so this moment again took me off guard. Baby Yoda really knocking the socks off of me. That I don't know why I said that, but yeah. Yeah, so Baby Yoda, when he used the Force, I was like, okay, so he's Force sensitive. Now, it isn't that moment of Baby Yoda using the Force that made me excited. That was a cool part, right? Where he lifts the creature up. And honestly, it seems kind of incredible that a child so young, or like, he's 50, but that's young for Yoda's species. But yeah, he, again, being a baby, manages to lift a creature that massive, and just, it seems with ease, no training or anything. It really, made me thought, how special is Yoda's species or Yoda's race? Because here's the thing, when I finished watching the episode, I was really thinking about it, right? The thing about Yoda's species is that there's just so many like definable traits that you can't really find with other races in Star Wars. One, you barely see them around. You've only seen 3 members of Yoda's species, that being Yoda himself, Yaddle, and then the baby, right? All 3 of them were Force sensitive. Yoda obviously being the Jedi Grand Master, Yaddle being on the Jedi Council, now this Baby Yoda that manages to lift this massive creature. Another incredible thing about their species is that they age like it. They can turn really old. Like Yoda, I think, lived up to 900 something years old. I don't know any other species or any other alien race that can live up that long, other than the Hutts. But that's a big if. So yeah, I don't really know too much about them. So yeah, Yoda species seems really special. They're so rare. They all seem to so far have the Force ability. So yeah, I'm just wondering, is their entire race Force sensitive? Because that's kind of cool. So that's just, the questions generated from that episode was what really made me, excited about that. And that's why it's one of my favorite moments. Yeah, but moving on to moment number two, this takes place chapter three, The Sin. The moment I enjoyed the most was the Mandalorians helping, the main Mandalorian in that scene where like all these bounty hunters were trying to kill him. That part I enjoyed a lot because the Mandalorians just them like as a whole kind of group working together was really cool because the Mandalorians are really known for their combat or their skills and battle. And yeah, I like the Mandalorians a lot, especially from the Clone Wars. They seem cool, especially watching the episodes where Maul was on Mandalore. Some of my favorite episodes. And yeah, seeing that episode where the Mandalorians just pull up on their jetpacks and they just start annihilating people was cool. Just seeing them in action is just what really makes this moment amazing, right? Helping our main Mandalorian character was an incredibly cool thing to do because I did not expect them to help the Mandalorian. I really thought he was in a really bad situation until his fellow Mandalorian brother and sisters pulled up and they helped him out and Baby Yoda. So that was a cool moment just seeing them pull up in action and just start destroying everything and anything that tries to take this precious child away from the Mandalorian. But yeah, moving on to moment number one is again from chapter one. This is the moment where the Mandalorian and IG-11 work together to kind of take out all these like I don't know what to call them, mercenaries or just these bad people living on Arvala 7. Having Baby Yoda just locked up. That moment was really cool because just seeing the Mandalorian in like hard, like just a solid few minutes of combat was amazing. He did great in there. And the second part, and this is the main reason I like that scene a lot, was just seeing IG-11 in action because IG-11, like that droid he looks cool. IG-88, we briefly see him in episode 5. Don't get to really see any action from him, but yeah, that droid design looks really cool, and now we get to see an actual bounty hunter droid in action. That's what really made this scene memorable for me. And IG-11, it's just this droid. Like the reason that I like him so much is that he can just annihilate multiple groups of people. He was holding 2 blasters. He was doing like these cool he can flip his body like 180 degrees and just do all these cool kind of things that a droid can and like a human or most other alien races can't do. And yeah, just seeing him annihilate everything was amazing. I liked him. I like seeing him work together with the Mandalorian. The IG-11, he did have like a few kind of like moments of humor when he kept trying to self-destruct, but he didn't. Stuff like that was just really cool. Again, the bits of humor in there didn't seem too forced, in my opinion. And yeah, so that was just a really cool few moments. I'm really sad that IG-11 was destroyed. I know he was about to terminate Baby Yoda's life, but I really hope we saw him in more episodes. I literally got the Funko Pop of IG-11 on Saturday. So yeah, rest in peace, IG-11. You did great work with the Mandalorian. I was kind of hoping that the Mandalorian did something cool, trying to reprogram him, and then IG-11 was a part of his crew, but unfortunately that did not happen. At that moment, just seeing him do these cool kind of 360-degree shots, just doing all these cool things, fighting alongside the Mandalorian was amazing, and I did like that moment just because of the combat. Seeing them fight all of these people was really cool, and it was a really great part. And other than seeing Baby Yoda, was the greatest part of this episode, in my opinion. But that is going to end this video off, guys. Let me know below what are your favorite moments from The Mandalorian. I would like to see your responses. Can't wait for the next few episodes of the season. And yeah, this has been Core Ambition. I'll see you all later. Peace out, everyone.